एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में, मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी, और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में ये अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी कि एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Good evening, friends. A very, very happy and joyous new year to everyone who has joined us this special webinar today. We warmly welcome you all in this special webinar. Today's webinar is a special because it's a direct invitation from world's largest franchise distribution company, Franchise India, to invite few who are looking forward to start a consulting as a practice as a new business. So we are very, very happy to present this business opportunity today for our guests as independent franchise consultants, which is a program wherein we are looking forward for partnerships with right-minded people for Franchise India network to add. And also we are now 97 cities and we are also expanding. So that's a good news. Now we are expanding in further cities, and internationally also we have 15 countries also present today. So Franchise India is a trusted advisory platform, how to start your own business platform. And the independent franchise consultant opportunity is a specialist, how to start your own business specialist. So what is our work? What's our business? I'll simplify for you. So we have two communities whom we work with. One side, we have investors who are looking forward to start a new business, right? And it can be as low as 5 lakh to maybe 100 crore. So they have to invest, but they want, further understanding on how to invest, how to choose a right opportunity. So we guide them, we help them to structure that deal, because there are a lot of parameters wherein we need to understand how to get a business for every investor, because every investor is unique. Every investor has its own requirements. So we arrange that and we help and guide and structure that. Second side, we have businesses, brands with us, and who are looking forward to expand their businesses through franchising. That is wherein Franchise India comes, because we are the only platform who helps one side investors and one side brands. So we match make both of them. And third is also business. What we have is resale. We call it as exit. If someone want to exit out of the existing business and you want to sell that business or sell your franchise which you have taken earlier, who will help? So Franchise India also have services wherein we will help you to sell your existing business. And today, what we are talking about, we use a byline. So nobody in the world sells more business than Franchise India, right? So as I said, we have 97 cities now network with our independent franchise consultants and highly experienced professionals who have joined us, and we have taken now a decision to go for new cities also, and in existing cities now, since business has grown, because consumption is growing, so do franchising. So we feel that there is a need and there is an opportunity to have more partners in some cities, but some cities we were not open earlier, and we have now opened those cities to have our partner in these cities. Today's webinar is not only in India, we are also live right now in multiple countries. And because this is now opportunity for other countries also, we are already 15 countries already in, and there are some new countries also which we are expanding, because this year, 2025, we have also taken, we have planned 12 months, 12 shows, and 12 countries. So when we have that kind of plan, and we want to take Indian brands also out of India, and they want to expand because their aspiration is to expand their business in different countries. And then there are global brands who want to enter into different countries also. So we are helping now this. So this year, we are also now talking about 12 months and 12 countries to explore. So as Franchise India, since now we are helping businesses to expand, we also have three companies to give, just to give understanding. In India, we are known with the name of Franchise India. We do around 200 events because everybody know us by Franchise India. Our second company, which is international arm of the business, is Fran Global, and Fran Global is our market entry for global brands in India, and they are also helping Indian brands also to go out of India, and they are helping global brands to enter India. So today, Franchise India also have a very, very large portfolio, which is 45 global brands, which we have got in India, and Franchise India have invested in these brands as master franchise for complete India and Asia. Third company is FranCorp. So FranCorp is world's largest consulting company. What they do, they help businesses to get into franchise. So they make franchise ready. And if the global brand is looking forward to enter India, again, it needs some fine tuning in the business model as per the Indian market. And Indian brands who are looking forward to start into franchising, they want to expand India or outside. So there's a business model which has to be checked and fine-tuned. So that's wherein we are now having FranCorp. But just to tell you, it's a 47-year-old world's largest consulting company. So they help businesses to get their business model, SOPs, systems in place, and then only they can enter into franchising. Today's webinar, so I'll give you some understanding about a few things, because if you want to interact with us, so we don't have a direct communication wherein you can talk to us, but we have a Q&A box. So my request would be all who have joined us today that use the Q&A box and share your thoughts, share your queries and questions. We will take your names, and also we'll ask some questions, because we feel once we give you understanding about who we are, what we have done, and then we also want to know who is there with us today in this webinar. So please do not raise your hand. You can directly use Q&A box and share your thoughts in the Q&A box. And when we ask you some questions, that what's your profile, which city you are coming from, so please use Q&A box and share your all answers in the Q&A box. Today in this webinar on panel, I'll also give you some introduction with our leadership team. We have management team also. So my name is Sanjay. I'm CEO Director of Franchise India Consultants Private Limited, wherein we have all our partners, IFC partners now registered with us. And we also have regional heads, because we feel we can give you some understanding about the support function which we have created for all our partners regionally and locally. You will get support from our side. So with our management team, I'll also introduce my panelists today. I have Sajid Joy. Sajid is our senior leader. He is joined from Bangalore. So he heads Karnataka market and also AP and Telangana. We have joined us Kuldeep, and he has joined us from directly from corporate office. So he takes care of north and up north area. And we also have Sumendo Das. He has joined us from Kolkata, and then Bimal. Bimal has also joined us from Kolkata. Then we have Kapil. He has joined us from Chennai. He takes care of all Tamil Nadu market. And also we have from the management side, we have our chairman, Mr. Gaurav Maria, and we have our managing director, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, also joined this webinar. So to take it up further, I would request our chairman, Mr. Gaurav Maria, to set up the perspective and welcome you once again. And we warmly wish you a great year ahead and would invite our chairman to set up the perspective and welcome you all once again. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sanjay, and welcome, friends, and welcome and very happy New Year to all of you. May this year bring you prosperity and growth, and that's why you're there on this business webinar because you're looking to start a new career. And becoming an independent franchise consultant is not only just a great career, really do some contribution towards our economy. Why I say so? Because when you become an independent franchise consultant, you actually help other entrepreneurs to build, and support businesses to grow. And that's a big service to our nation because I feel the only way you can really service your nation is through building entrepreneurs. And that's exactly what we do at Franchise India for last 27 years. Franchise India and Fran Global, we have two brands. Fran Global is known internationally. Franchise India is known India. Last 27 years, we have only one mission to empower entrepreneurs. So as a platform, while we have 1,200 people, 14 countries operations, India 90 plus cities operations, but we have one single mission to follow, and that is to create this platform which does three things. One, help people invest through active businesses. I feel that there are a lot of passive investment opportunities, like you can invest in property or a share market or a mutual fund or any other passive investment. But that doesn't really build the nation. Nation is built by active businesses. Why? Because you create employment, you help others to really perform. So we help anyone who's thinking about starting a business or investing into active business, we help them. So we have three choices for them. If you have capital and you come to us and say, I want to invest into an active business, we will give you three choices. One, we'll help you to choose any new franchise brand. It can be a unit franchise, multi-unit franchise, master franchise, area franchise. All those options we provide you. We have thousands of brands. Second, you say, no, I'd want a running business to be bought. So we will provide you some running business opportunities from industrial businesses to service-based businesses to trading businesses to many other choices you have. And these are also across India, businesses which would range from as low as 20-30 lakh rupees to hundreds of crores. And third choice is that you don't want to just be investing into something new. You might want to invest into a startup which can grow next level. So we also advise you. We have a separate team which advise you to invest into a startup. So all active business investment advisory we do as a one big space. And this is what we have been doing for 27 years. And we are market leaders by far. We control about 90% market, especially in the franchise and business resales. So that's one part of the business. The second part of business is if you have a successful business and you want to grow that business, then also Franchise India helps you. We have done about 18,000 brands. Name a brand. It can be a small tea shop business. There is a brand, I tell you, started in Delhi called Chai Garam. And now today they run about 500 units across region. And I can give you hundreds and hundreds of these examples where business was great, but it is small. We help them to go to the next level. So that's something which we do. We are very proud that we work on one side with these other businesses, and the other side, we work with established groups like Reliance, Tatas, and a lot of other these large companies. Can you hear me well?
Sorry, so we missed it in between. I think network is little poor over there. Your video is freezed. Now you can continue, sir.
Sorry, I think some snag at my internet. So the second thing I was talking about, we help companies which are now looking to, and we work with 18,000 brands, and these can be startups, it can be enterprise businesses, it can be large corporations. We are very proud the top corporations of India, which is Reliance, Tatas, Mahindras, they all are clients. And on the other side, we have also a lot of multinational companies which we help in scaling their business. I mean, Unilever to Procter & Gamble to 3M, they all are clients where we help them build sustainable franchise models and help them to scale that business. And the third thing, we also help people to, if they're looking to exit their business, we also help them to exit the business. That's a third part. And that also we are unique. There is nobody else who, if you want to sell your business, there is no help you sell your business. So friends, this is what we do as a company, and we are inviting independent franchise consultants who will work with Franchise India or Fran Global internationally and practice as a consultant to help people achieve these three things: help people to invest into active businesses, help businesses to scale through franchise, and if you are looking for an exit, value your business and put it in the market to sell that business. That's exactly what we do. So I'll give you a little flow of the webinar. I've done basic introduction, but I'll take you through the whole business model of independent franchise consultant. But before that, I'll invite Sonia. She's the managing director and comes with about 2 decades of experience in franchising. So she will give you overview about Franchise India, a little bit about our services and what we do in franchising, and a little bit about the franchise industry also. And then I'll come back and we start taking the opportunity to the next level.
Thank you. And friends, a very good evening and a very happy New Year to all of you. And as you all understand by now, we are a start your own business specialist. Anyone who wants to start a business is our community, or I would say the opportunity that we have at hand. And with our distribution and our spread in India and overseas, we are world's largest franchise development and distribution company. I'm also happy to share with all of you that this calendar year, we not only added new markets in India, and certain markets we penetrated even more, where the opportunity was bigger and deeper. But we also added few markets through our IFC partners, which included markets like Canada, US, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and also some successful market entries from global markets in some of these countries. So unlike a lot of other businesses that we come across, or perhaps you have been part of, Franchise India and Fran Global, we are in the business of knowledge business, which requires a lot of learning and be able to advise business buyers and also companies who want to expand or franchise. And so we need partners who come with that mindset of growth and believe in our purpose of empowering and democratizing entrepreneurship. So we need to have partners who have that determination to build their own brand and also their own self-equity, because when you know your product, client will trust and respect you more. So over these 27 years, not only we created this ecosystem, which could empower entrepreneurship and also act as a very big catalyst through education, through webinars, aggregating so many opportunities from India, overseas, across all industries. But we also created a very big community of investors, people, aspiring entrepreneurs who wanted to take advice through Franchise India before investing in any opportunity. So this ecosystem, we felt, has also to be shared. And how do we do that was, a beautiful program, IFC, which became even more stronger post-COVID. And every day a new business opportunity comes into franchising, where our FranCorp team consults these companies. And through the distribution of Franchise India and Fran Global in international markets, we take these opportunities through all markets across the country. So we always felt the need for us to go deeper, connect with the community, because at the company level, we receive nearly 1 lakh investors, people who want to invest in businesses. And these are investors from a smaller investment, say maybe $1 million and upwards, and even 150 odd crores of investment, depending on the, I would say, the investment appetite of these investors, or even enterprises and companies who reach out to us when they want to acquire some international opportunities. So, and like we talked about, we work with business buyers to give them guided assistance in buying business, which we understand requires a lot of insights for an investor through the entire series of their purchasing cycle. And as a franchise consultant, all of us out here and all our partners, we all carry very big responsibility in helping a potential business buyer to make a right and informed decision of buying a business. And we always feel it is sometimes difficult to bring absolute accuracy of the fitment in terms of choice of brand, matching the financial expectations, commercial terms. But we carefully follow at Franchise India a methodology, which we also train our partners on, so that we can bring this best possible match. So before we proceed further, I'll give you a little background also on franchising. So when we started 27 years back, the industry was not as big as we see today. And we have actually seen the industry evolve and more informed investors today with a bigger appetite, and they're educated well on opportunities which are available. And franchising always has been a very powerful wealth creation entrepreneurial engine for more than 100 years, and a very big catalyst also for entrepreneurship and the most democratic growth creation tool. And the core driver, the foundation of our business has been entrepreneurship. And also the initiative premise for us to start this partnership program was to work with entrepreneurs like yourself who become partners with Franchise India and Fran Global, who have the skills and most importantly, I would say the intent to further drive entrepreneurship. So if you look at franchising globally, this is a very big industry. Today, India is the second largest economy in terms of franchising after America. And global franchise industry is close to about $5 trillion. And India, given the fundamentals of economy that we have, and for domestic consumption and franchising, which I would say, we are currently growing, and the next 10 years in India with respect to franchising would be 10x of what we did in the last 10 years. And 35% is the average increment in the industry every year. So if we look at our contribution of franchising globally, it also has a very big contribution. Around 2.5 trillion per dollar is the contribution which franchising does to global economy, and 40% of the overall global retail sales also come from franchise business. So franchise contributes a very large chunk of GDP to the global economy. Now, coming to the India, we talked about consumption story of India, which is very big, very interesting. And in fact, all the global companies wanting to come to India, or anybody you will hear outside India talking about India, they all shake hands with the consumption story of India. And 70% of our GDP is driven by domestic consumption, which is much higher than some of the top three economies of the world, including even China, which is just about 53%. We are 70% of our GDP is driven by consumption, domestic consumption. So what I'm trying to say, as a country, we were 10 years behind many countries like China, and maybe 25 years behind US 20 years back. Now, the entire narrative has changed and is changing for good reasons. What was happening in these countries then is happening in India now. So what we have done in the last 75 years post the independence era, India is going to be a 3x of that alone in the next 10 years. So you can understand how big that growth is coming in. And these growth factors are also very, very prominent because I'm sure all of you would agree, while the consumption is increasing, you will also see there is a big cycles which are changing, right? So the consumption cycles are also changing big time. So if we look back 30 years, maybe in early 90s, most of the consumption categories that time that we consumed versus today are becoming almost 4 times larger than they were 30 years back. The second trend is formalization of consumption, which means that any kind of product or a service that we consume across all industries, whether that's a pharmacy store that we go to, or a service that we take at a salon or gym or a preschool, all these services products are coming from a branded environment. And this branded segment alone, if I give you example of food, the domestic food market in India will reach almost about 36.4 billion, and it will surpass the non-branded chain segments, which will stand currently at about 49%. But this will be the very first time that the organized, or I would say chain, environment is set to overtake the small vanilla operators in the country, which is the food service market. And similar trend is also visible across all other industries. And the third area which I want to talk about is there's a very big growth in terms of the service sector. India's growth has been fueled by very strong performance of the service sector, which contributes 52% of our GDP. And service sector is dominated by franchise businesses. And globally also, if you look at the GDP of the world, it is shifting towards service sector, since the top consumption categories come from the service sector centric businesses. And finally, when we look at India, the history of India, we have a very big entrepreneurial legacy and inherently a very big entrepreneurial population. And the demand, not only at the bottom of the pyramid, that was always the case, but demand with even larger businesses, the appetite of the investors, even in smaller cities, tier 2, tier 3 cities is becoming very, very big. So we need to look at partners who come with the same spirit like we do. And there's a small presentation, friends, we will also run you through. But before that, I'll also request Gaurav, we can share with you on a macro picture in terms of what our business model looks like, who our stakeholders are, and what is the monetization model for any IFC partner who joins us.
Thank you, Sonia. And what she summarized is that franchising is directly proportionate to consumption and understand what we consume. Today, when you go to breakfast in the morning, what you see is the brands which are being franchised, which means the Amul, Mother Dairy, all are franchised. You get out of your place, get into your car for going to work. That's also comes from a franchise outlet. All car dealerships are franchised. Then your kids go to school. Most of the schools they would go to are all franchised. If you are going to a shopping center, everything you see in the shopping center is franchise. Even the big box stores now like Zodio and Pantaloon and Tata Chroma and a lot of these companies are also franchised. Even to extend now, even cinemas, where you go to see a movie, is also getting franchised. The hospitals are franchised. The clinics are franchised. The diagnostic centers are franchised. Every food outlet you are ordering or you're going in is a franchised business. So franchise actually touches you on whatever wallet share you spend on. Even a courier guy coming to your home is a franchise. Sometimes we don't realize. I'll tell you about the biggest brand in the world, the Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is actually a franchise company. So this is something which is very, very big. It's a $5 trillion industry, the fastest growing industry in the market. So I congratulate to all of you. If you have come in to become an independent franchise consultant, the first thing I would say, you've done it right, that you are choosing an industry where future is multi-decades to come and will continue to grow on a hockey stick, because it's directly proportionate to one side consumption, second side entrepreneurial demand, which means that people want to do their own business. And when you want to do your own business, you have two choices. Either you start your own business, which has more risk because you don't know. And a country like India, where 60% of people are first-time business buyers. So what are they going to choose? They're going to choose something which is already established. If you are sitting in Agra and you want to start a business, what is your choices? You need to go to something which is already established. You can get support. People, when you open up the business, people already know about you. Look at a company like NIIT. It's been one of the early clients. Look at a company like AppTech. Kids used to go to study in education, in computer education there because they trusted the brand. If you would have started your own computer training center, nobody would have come to you. And because of economy of scale, collective sport, overall marketing, it becomes impossible for independent businesses to sustain and stay there, because people are trusting brands. And this is what a cycle is happening. Everything is becoming branded. I rather tell in my training and say the gardener who comes to your home today, or the maid which comes to your home today, most likely would also become franchised in next 4 to 5 years. Because franchising also is about bringing a brand assurance, and brand assurance directly proportionates to quality. So this is a journey which is happening. But why we are here? Why we are here? Because we want to invite like-minded independent franchise consultants who would work with us. And we are very proud. Today, this community is world's largest consultant community. We run and operate in many countries. Our IFC network, we have IFC partners in Australia, we have Mongolia, we have Singapore, we have Malaysia, Thailand, all the Indian subcontinent, which is Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Nepal. We have a partner in UAE. We have a partner now in US, in Canada. We also run our own offices in many places. In India, we have 160 IFC partners and very, very successful consultants. And more than financially successful, which they are also very accomplished, because they help people to start their own business. It's a very satisfying journey. You know, in business, you don't get both. You don't get, or rather I call it three things: social recognition, your own personal liking and satisfaction, and financially rewarding. If you get all these three things in any business, that business becomes very good for you, because you will enjoy that business. And consulting is exactly like that. Exactly like that. Every day you look forward going to the work, because you're enjoying, you're meeting new people, you're making more contacts, you're building your own network, and network is net worth today. So if you don't have network, you have nothing. And that's what I have built in, because when I started business, I used to tell people, I came from a middle-class family. I didn't have a large capital base. And while I wanted to build a large business, or rather today we are very proud that we are the world's largest franchise consulting firm, but it was not about capital. It was about timing of my opportunity. The timing, when I started franchising, nobody knew the word franchise. And hence we were able to get the first mover advantage. And today you can actually leverage that advantage. 27 years it took me to build what we have built. And I'm ready to share with you today so that you are also going to use the benefit of Franchise India, which is the world's largest company, most knowledgeable company, most man-hours spent on franchising. When you start, you're not starting alone. You're starting with a group which has the most experience. And we use this line, nobody has sold more business in this world than Franchise India. And I challenge, if you give me any company which has done even 10% of what we have done, so there is nobody who can be at our level and structure. So when you become an independent franchise consultant, you actually working with the world's best organization in franchising. So this is an invitation. This is an invitation for some of you who really believe in consulting, who really believe in helping entrepreneurs, helping people scale their businesses, but it is not for everyone. And why I say this? Because this business model looks very simple. I'll explain you. We have brands which are mandated to Franchise India, and these are large companies. I mean, it can be companies like a BPCL opportunity, which is Bharat Petroleum. It can be an opportunity, Hyundai Electronics. It can be an opportunity called Raymond's. It can be an opportunity called Reliance retail brands. So it can be very, very big, significant top class brand exclusively coming to you. Other side is investor base. This is phenomenal. This is where I say I am never excited about this side. Well, this is important companies, but anybody can get it if he has this, which is investors. We have invested so much of money over the last 27 years, and we continue to do on month basis. Search anything on your phone and say, I want to buy a franchise of anything, whatever your name comes in. And 100% you're coming to us. So that's what we have built over the years. And it's also the trust of people who trust Franchise India when they make a decision to starting their own business. We are start your own business specialist. And when you become an independent franchise consultant, you also become start your own business specialist, right? And see how powerful this term is. If you meet anybody going out and say, I'm a start your own business specialist. If you want to start a business, you can come to me. He will never forget you. He will never, ever forget you. Just by making this statement, even if he's not interested in business, he'll always remember you that this person can help me start a business. So this investor base, we provide you. We give you every single month qualified leads that you can work on and introduce these brands. And you make money from the brand and you make money from the investor. And this is not a small money. We are a top company. We have top charges. So we charge top bracket consulting fee so that you can make a very, very good money. But why I say not everybody can do it. A couple of things. One, you might not have a consulting behavior. What is consulting behavior? I'll explain you. So there is 3 ROIs in any business. One is a return on investment, which is very boring, right? Anybody can put their money, and that's something which becomes sometimes unviable for a lot of people. Say, for example, you want to make 3 lakh rupees a month. In the conventional return on investment business, you would have to invest almost 3 crores, right? Sometimes 2 crores, sometimes 2.5 crores, sometimes 3 crores. You'll make 3 lakh rupees a month. Now, a lot of you in this webinar want to make 3 lakh rupees, but doesn't want to invest 3 crores, right? And there are businesses where you can make actually 5 lakh rupees or 10 lakh rupees without investing 3 crores, right? So those businesses have a different ROI. The other 2 ROIs are return on involvement and return on intelligence. I sometimes in my lighter ways, please say, I don't take a holiday. 365 days I work. And people tell me, why don't you take a holiday? He says, I don't want holiday. I enjoy my evenings, but in the day I want to work because this is where I make money. Imagine yourself, you're sitting idle at home, enjoying yourself, and that day you lost 25 lakhs because you didn't work, right? And that's exactly I tell myself. If I don't move out of house today, I might lose 50 lakh rupees a day because I'm a consultant. And if I go out, most likely I have a chance to make good money. And why would I not in my senses put that effort? So return on involvement is very, very important. And return on intelligence is also very important. More you work, more intelligent you are, more you meet people, more knowledgeable you are, more you work with brands and do deals, more experienced you are. So more you are experienced, more you are knowledgeable, more you are networked, more you are going to be successful. So if you understand this well, if you understand return on involvement and return on intelligence, you can never fail in life. You can never fail in life. And this is what I tell. If you are committed to do these two things, you're committed to building your knowledge base every single day. You're not going to go bed and without learning something new every day. And second, you're going minimum 100 hours in this business. I guarantee you would be very, very successful. People in the 10th day, just now Sanjay has put in we have a common group. He's just announced a person who's been only 10 days in the training is already successful, right? 10 days. We do 3 days of training. And what kind of support we provide you? We call MOST, M-O-S-T. M stands for mentoring. We mentor you. Rather, Sanjay is mentoring them. There are 2 of them who came for the training. He came with the joint calls with them, and hence they got the first conversion in the first 10 days. And out of that 10 days, 3 days they were in our training here. O stands for opportunities. We give you opportunity the day you come for a training. That day itself, you get given hundreds of brands which you know and you can represent, and you have 700 recorded videos which you can go through over the 3-4 months and learn about different companies, different ROIs, different structures. S stands for sport. Every day, real time. Since morning, I'm observing the group which we have for IFCs. At least, if not, there would be 100 messages in this from morning to now. It's such an active interaction, one peer-to-peer learning and a lot of cross learnings, a lot of brand learnings every single day. And that's very important. We are not reactive, we are proactive, right? And T stands for training. I am a strong believer that everything starts with training. If you don't train yourself well, you're never ahead of the game. You need to be ahead of the game. You should know more than your client knows, right? And that's what is very, very important. 3-day training, residential in Delhi, where I take and Sonia take full 2 days. And then we also have a 3-day meetings. So Monday, 8 o'clock, Wednesday, 8 o'clock a.m. in the morning, and Saturday, 4 o'clock with me, where I do 4 p.m. every single Saturday. This is 1 hour of training, networking, resolving questions, pitch, understand deal structuring, everything which you need to know to become a top-class deal maker, right? Because you want to structure deals after that. And if you want to become a top-class deal maker, then this is what an opportunity is. But ask yourself, are you ready? Is this something which is a long-term plan for you? Is this something which you want to enjoy, or you're just looking for a passing piece, right? And then don't worry about the initial investment. I'm going to say it's a higher initial investment. Actually, very lowest business opportunity. I can question rather. Tell me in this investment, what business you can get. Forget about the return. You cannot get any business in this investment, right? So it's a very, very low investment, because I never wanted people to just come with capital. A lot of people come to me, the real estate guys, the other people, oh, I want to be partner with you because I have strategic real estate. People come with me who are building shopping malls and they say, I want to partner with you, Franchise India, give me exclusivity. Because of you, I will get all the brand. I don't get them. Rather, because it doesn't make sense to me. I'm looking for business advisor. I'm not looking for people who have large offices and, entire thing. I'm looking for people who are available, who want to contribute, who love this. That's what is our demand. And if you're really serious about yourself, we are very serious about you. So friends, if you are genuinely serious and you want to become a consultant and you want to do this job and you feel that you are best at it, then reach out to any of our team members. We will have a first level of discussion. They will set your queries, and then they will introduce us at management. We would like to have a candid discussion with you. And if you still feel, or you feel that this is something which you want to do, then we will become partners for life. So this is what I wanted to contribute, and I'll now pass it on to Sanjay Bhatt, who will take another 20 minutes to run you through a presentation, show you what the opportunity is. But think carefully. This is your career. You need to make a right choice. And if you feel that this is your choice, we welcome you. We welcome you to take a discussion. But before I pass it on to Sanjay, I have a question for all of you to introduce yourself. I'll give you 4 choices to introduce yourself. First choice is, if you are a professional, just write P and your city, right? You were working somewhere. If you're a business owner, write B and your city, and maybe you can introduce your business. I want to see if it is strategic fitment for us to know. If you are a management consultant, which means that you are doing some form of consulting, coaching, learning and development, L&D professional, or any other counseling, then write MC so that we know what kind of a consultant you are. Already a consultant. So, and you will, understand our what are we talking about. And if you are in a career change, which means that you're not doing whatever you were doing is over, and now you're looking for a new career, write C. 4 choices: P for professionals, B for business owners, MC for consultants, and C for career change. So go in Q&A box and introduce yourself, and let's see who's started to do that. And Karthik, I'll be happy to answer your question, but I don't see your question now. Somehow, maybe I was logged out. My question has gone.
It was on the feast joining fee. It's been answered, but I think we did talk about it.
Okay.
Yes, I have answered that.
Okay, use the Q&A box. And so Karthik itself was answered. Karthik is a management consultant. So good, Karthik. So you understand what we do, and we are very happy to do that. David is from Kenya. I love the country, and I rather started a company there called Franchise Africa. And I visited the country, and I was very impressed. The only challenge I see is infrastructure. There's not so much of infrastructure in Kenya, but I'm very keen to start a IFC partnership there, and also want to do a big show, which is going to be East Africa's big show, franchise show. And I'll not bring in Indian companies. We were bringing global American, European, Middle Eastern companies there. A big market. I have so many brands which are very keen to work for Africa, especially large QSR brands and a lot of these entire companies. So David, I would love to have a discussion with you. Sajid is the guy to talk to. Talk to Sajid, understand what we do, and then we can set up another meeting. And then we have Helen also from Nairobi. Beautiful country, great weather. I've never seen a better country than the weather you have. And she's already a lawyer and a business consultant. Love to have a discussion, Helen. And again, Sajid is the right guy. Internationally, we use the word called Fran Global. Fran Global does operate in many countries. Actually, outside Africa, all continents we operate. And but I've realized while I've opened up offices everywhere, my own offices, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Dubai. But I would like to certainly do Africa with a partner. So that's my interest area. What we can do there is unimaginable, because I see exactly the same situation what I did in India. I came from US, moved back to India, and started Franchise India, and then started in Dubai in 2000, and then other countries. And because I was only one, nobody else was there. And I was bringing these global brands. I brought Subway, I brought Carl Jr., Wendy's, Cold Stone Creamery. You keep naming, and all these companies you bring in. You really create a huge vibrance in the economy, which is today I enjoy greatest relationship with all these companies. They're just phone call away. If I just pick up the phone and say and I think, or even I put in a LinkedIn and say, oh, just we opened up an office in Africa, boom. So we have 100 companies already interested, right? So that's the power we have, because we already have great partnership with them. So Boni, welcome. Boni is from Manipur. Welcome. I was there in Manipur last month. Last month we did a big launch for one of our companies. We run a coaching company called Action Coach. And so we launched there, and big launch we did. Then we have Moss, which is also from Nairobi, Kenya. A lot of people from Kenya has joined. Again, my marketing team, I briefed them that this is a destination which we need to focus. So they've done a good job. So welcome for this. And then we have Durgesh, who's a professional. Then we have GOG Jacob, who's actually from Kerala. And so Kerala, which part you are there? So we have strong operations in Kochi and other markets. So we'll happy to have a discussion. And then we have Mr. Brown, who's come from South Africa. South Africa, we have many brands we've done. We work with Nando's, we work with Barcelos, we work with another called Giletos. Then we have many other companies. Rather, I'm visiting South Africa because we have now signed many Barcelos and Nando's in different markets. And again, a great market for us. But Africa, I will like to do with bigger partners, and depending on where they come from. Then we have Jeffrey, who's from Kenya. Welcome, Jeffrey. And so others also can write. It looks like more dominated this time. This webinar is for international. So Sajid is the guy who would be doing that, and then we can set up a Zoom call. It has to be more detailed call. And then we have somebody from Jodhpur, which is a part of Rajasthan for our international friends. Beautiful part of India where a lot of people come. Jodhpur, Udaipur, and Jaipur are royal cities where people come. And so Rajesh is a management consultant. Rajesh, Kuldeep would be the right person to talk to you. And Kuldeep looks after North of India and reports directly to Sanjay Bhatt. So great. Good meeting you, all of you. And very happy to connect with our overseas friends. At least we get a chance to introduce ourselves on those markets. And these markets are the markets which we know very well. But obviously, as I said, I have realized after doing 14 countries myself and 90 plus cities in India and traveling every year, many countries, I realized sometimes it's best to have a partner because they are day-to-day available and they are working in that market. They understand local issues. They understand local opportunities, right? And there are some great opportunities. There are great entrepreneurs in these markets, and these are developing markets, which I love. Rather, we are absolutely developing market focused company, because I feel that the only thing I learned was take opportunities from the developed world to developing markets. And that's exactly what we've done. Why? Because that's the flow. That's the flow. While equations would change, as Sonia was saying, some developing markets would grow and become even bigger. Like China is already a very mature market, and it's already a $19 trillion economy and a supplier to the world. Similarly, India is on that way. And I feel that Indian brands would also start going there. But at this stage, especially for our African friends, I think the opportunities from European countries to North American companies, Middle Eastern companies is a great opportunity to take to that market. And we exactly, because when I started the company in Kenya called Franchise Africa, I did the study on that market. I scanned local brands. I scanned brands which are already there, which are the rights of international brands. And it's a phenomenal opportunity. South Africa, it's a little different. South Africa has a homegrown franchise industry also. Rather, I did a webinar just about a month back with the president of South African Franchise Association. And it's on my LinkedIn also. And we both decided that we'll do bilateral business because I chair Indian Franchise Association. And so there is a local company, and the South African companies are desperate to go overseas. They're rather want to go about, but they don't have any international consultant who can take them to the world markets, right? And that's exactly what we do. And there is no other company which has that strength and capabilities to take companies to different continents and different countries. And that's what I would like to approach. So my approach to Kenya is more inward. Take companies to Kenya and also build some companies out of Kenya to the next level. Like there was a coffee chain, very local coffee chain, started by an expat who came to Kenya and started a coffee chain. And he has now, I think, 10, 12 stores. But it was a good opportunity to make it franchise ready and then franchise, but very few. But you can bring a lot of loads of international companies to that market. And it's not just food, it's education, skilling, healthcare, a lot of fashion brands. While fashion is challenged because Kenya doesn't have too many shopping malls and infra is very difficult. While it is improving, but it's not improving at the speed it needs to improve. But I will certainly say a lot of healthcare, a lot of education, a lot of skilling, good F&B services, auto services, aftermarket auto. A lot of these kind of companies would do extremely well. And but in South Africa, the opportunity should be go and approach 50 topmost companies, and take them global, right? And that is big business. This is huge business. So friends, I'll take a leave and I'll leave you with Sanjay Bhatt, who would give you a little understanding about what we do and how it operates. And to our international friends, please reach out to Sajid and have a discussion with him. And we will then have a separate call if you're still interested to do that. I don't want to work with so many partners in one market. Honestly, I want to have only one person selected for one market at this stage, because I don't want to overcrowd a market and confuse it. And all the lead generation events, everything we will do. So if you are interested, reach out to Sajid, and then we'll take the discussions ahead. Thank you very much for your time today, and over to you, Sanjay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And we would like to thank each and everyone who have already used Q&A box, send us responses, and make it interactive. That's what I think consulting business is all about, to make it interactive, because we should know you, you know us. And I have also received some messages. So thank you so much for sending me and connecting with me direct. So I'll give you some understanding today on the opportunity, but it will be only very short and crisp. Later, all our leaders will connect with you and have a one-on-one meeting and one-on-one discussion with you, wherein you can get complete understanding and wherein you can also ask your questions. So today's webinar, what I'm talking about is franchising. So as we discussed, it is $4.8 trillion industry. Whatever we consume on daily basis is coming from franchising. And since the consumption is growing, and that's how franchising is growing. So franchising is directly proportionate on the consumption. And every day we can see everything is becoming branded. And now people are in tier 3, tier 4 cities also looking forward to have a brand stores. And that's wherein franchising and is growing, because consumption in those cities is growing. And that's what we have learned today. And if we can give you a little bit on the sector wise, so each sector, whether it's a technology-based businesses right now, technology-based services as of now, whether it's a healthcare services, whether it's a financial services, or it can be a direct-to-home service, which is maybe there are a lot of healthcare services which are for elderly people today. And elderly people will not go outside. Now there's a direct-to-home healthcare services which is being offered. And then we were talking about a gardener. A gardener coming to your home is also coming from a franchise company. Now see in auto. Now let's understand this EV segment. You can see now multiple EV segment companies are coming into existence, and now they want also to expand in different cities. Franchising becomes the only viable way for them to expand, right? And then you will see charging stations also coming along with EV companies. See now with the pet care. Pet care is now new evolved sector, right? So earlier we had only very few companies, and we were offering pet care services, and now it's also evolved. Now you will see many companies also coming, but now they want to go for further new cities, and again franchising becomes a viable model for them also, right? Now when we talk about the bigger categories would be education, and then you will see subcategories, then you will see subcategories in education. Take out the F&B. F&B is a subcategory, then see the subcategory and subcategory. So master categories, now you can understand these bigger categories: education, F&B, retail, and also you will see healthcare. These are four bigger categories. When you see franchising is maximum happening every category. So there's a master category, and then there's a subcategory. Then there are further subcategories, which is now further coming and expanding their business through franchising. So today I'll help you out with understanding about what we offer once you are on board, any partner who becomes our partner, and what we offer. We will be offering you tablet. It's a short form, and tablet stands for T means technology. So we will have a CRM. So we'll give you full training on CRM, and all the database will come in your CRM. And we'll also have Franchise India domain email ID, which we'll create so that you can use it on daily basis. And whenever you are interacting with your clients, you can send emails with Franchise India domain email ID. Now, understand, if you are there in any of the city, we also have offices, right? When we have offices, these offices are 100% open and free to access to all our partners. Now you can go to any other cities, and you want to travel, you want to go meeting, and then you can use our office anywhere in the India, right, or outside. So this is access to the infrastructure what we have. You can use it full time, and you can use it for your all meetings, wherein our team is also there. They will also help. They will also support. B stands for brand. So we'll give you 500 brand list on day one. When you join, Your training is happening. We'll give you active brand list. So 500 brands, but we will also help, because 500 brand list would not work. We'll also help you to create your brand portfolio. Means which brand is going to be suitable for your market, and as per your experience also. There are some partners who are F&B specialists. There are some who are looking forward for only education. So we can create their education portfolio. We have huge brand list in every category. Now, that's what we are going to help. But otherwise, all the brands are open for you. And when we have an investor having a requirement for any other category, any other brand, we are having that capability of getting that brand for that investor, provided if the brand is offering a franchise, they are ready for that particular location, and we are 100% going to work with this. Like recently, we have one investor who was having some understanding that he want to have investment was there. He was looking forward for 20 to 25 CR, but he is only looking forward for Kalyan Jewelers. Now see, Franchise India have got that capability. Kalyan Jewelers have never franchise, and they don't offer franchise openly. So we have reached out to, and but investor was with us. Investor has come to our office. We registered him with us, and after that we start exploring. And our chairman has gone to their office, had a meeting, and now we got Kalyan Jewelers on board. One, that investor also have got that franchise because his aspiration was only Kalyan Jewelers. Second, we got them on board, and now we are offering to other cities also. But this is not available direct. Anyone who want to approach Kalyan Jewelers will never get franchise of Kalyan Jewelers. Likewise, as per the requirement, when we get some demand, which is very, very huge for any international brand, we also reach out to them and get them in India. That's how we have 45 these brands which we have now got in India. So after understanding their growth, their past records, and the opportunity in India especially, we have invested as master franchise. Now we are master franchise for India, and now we are looking forward for area developers. We are looking forward for city partners. And that's where our decision lies in. So we can get that. So we are going to help our partners that if you have any investor who is having that aspiration of becoming the first owner of that international brand in your city, like we did in way back 1998 when we got Subway in India. We got MACD in India. It's all done by Frank Global Company, right? And they take Indian brands also outside. So that's our capability of having that brand portfolio, which we can also, every day, it's an opportunity with our partners also that if you have any enterprise company, if you know any local business, they are having that aspiration of further expanding their business in different cities, we can take them on board. And everything would be done through you. Credit will go to you, but all support would be given by our side. L stands for leads. As we said, lead is absolutely big demand side, which we have already. Plus, every month we have around 100,000 investors who are getting in touch with Franchise India who want to start a business. Especially after COVID, there are professionals. 60% people are looking forward for first-time business buyers, and they might be some professionals, but they want to start some business side by side. And then we, as per the fitment, as per the requirement, we help. Otherwise, they have no time, no capability of searching, and no capability of following how to get that. So that's where we come in between. So leads, no charge for this. Absolutely, we are there to support. Not only for lead generation, for every promotion and every lead generation marketing for every partner, because we want you to become the brand. When you want to become the brand, we will give you all support to make you brand in your city. E stands for events. So every month there are some 15 to 20 events which we do, and some international events also. And these are all accessible to all our partners. You can go to university to be part of that. And you want to travel in other cities, is also absolutely open. We do not have any geographically conditions or concern. You are open to go anywhere in India or outside. So our partners today are also going to attend our international events, because their brand is also taking them and sponsoring their visit, their stay, and taking them along, because our IFC partner is making franchise, closures, franchise deals for those brands, and then they sponsor not only in India, to take them into different cities, also internationally. T stands for technology training. So training would mean that we have 3 days, as we discussed. 3 days is an in-depth training which we do in corporate office Delhi. So this will be now this time it is 18th, 19th, and 20th, which will be Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And 3 days we host you. You have to come to Delhi. That's all from pickup to drop. Everything would be done by our side. This is 3 days which we do in corporate office Delhi every month. So what is our proposed structure of independent franchise consultant? Would mean, so this slide would be more of for the Indian markets, wherein we will help you in terms of INR. And when we are having a discussion with our international guests and prospects, Sajid will take you through exactly how it is going to look like. But for Indian market, when we are talking about when you join at a base level of in IFC. So at base level, when we help, we guide you and help you in deal structuring. So once you touch 15 lakh rupees revenue, which can be one lead, one deal, or one transaction, right? And that's an opportunity. So when you hit 15 lakh rupees revenue, or you hit 15 deals. Now, deal would mean that today one of my IFC partner have created a meeting, and last 2-3 days we were doing that meeting. So second meeting, third meeting happened, wherein our investor has now finally taken a decision and to invest in one of the brand, and he pays some token amount to them. That becomes the deal. So that's what we call the deal. When investor is deciding that I want to go for this brand and paying some token amount and LOI sign, we call it as a deal. So either you do 15 deals, any brand, any kind of investment, any investment, or you do revenue wise. If you are doing revenue wise, because there are a lot of products where revenue is being counted. So you have opportunity to now go for elite membership. In fact, today I got a mail from one of my partner and a lady partner, very, very passionate, and she is from insurance background, and she has completed, I think today she has completed some 17 or 18 months, and she's from Bhubaneswar, very passionate, and now she has shifted to Hyderabad. So in 17 or 18 months, now she has covered a lot of revenues which she has done. But when I'm talking about this year, current financial year, she has crossed 22 lakh rupees. That would mean she has crossed this in 1 year, financial year. So now IFC Elite membership, she has sent us a mail with revenue, and we are now happy to promote her as Elite member. Now this Elite membership will get you something extra. Likewise, if you hit 50 lakh rupees revenue, and another example from one of my partner from Mumbai, he, in just 1 year, he has crossed 1 crore and 17 lakh rupees. So that means now he is on different levels. So then we have, if you cross 50 lakh or 30 deals, you hit pro membership. Then otherwise master when you hit 1 CR and above. So this is 1 year duration. But in our business, believe me, it is just one lead or one deal which can get you 15 lakh rupees also in 1 month, 1 week, or even 1 day also. That's an opportunity. That's how it's a highly rewarding. But how it is going to change your payout structuring at each level, I'll give you some understanding for the payout structuring, and this will be actually for an Indian market as of now. So when we are talking about at IFC at a base level, so you are my 40% partner, and then Elite will get you 50%, Pro will get you 60%, and then you reach 70% partnership. Would mean first you are 40%, we are 60% partners. Then we become 50-50 when you hit 15 lakh, only 15 lakh rupees revenue when you hit, and you are having 1 full year for this, right? And you become Elite member. Then you become 60%, we become 40 and 70, and then we become 30. The best part is even at 70%, you don't have to invest anything. We still continue giving you all the support from the investor data, brand data, trainings, events, and also the full support. And more you grow with us, and then you will also have a lot of relationship you develop with our brands, and you also get not only this, you will also get cash incentives from the brands, because the brands which are onboarded with us, they want their expansion, they want their network to build. And who is going to do that are all IFC partners. So our brands are happily giving and announcing, and they are reaching out to us, and we negotiate with them that give us some extra benefit, extra cash incentive to our partners, IFC partners, which has got no cut, no percentage with Franchise India. That should be a direct payout to you. That will be a direct incentive to you. Plus, Franchise India is also equally investing apart from this payout. We are also give you a lot of opportunities where we have got in kinds. There are a lot of gifts and incentives. Plus, we also give you working capital incentive. Working capital incentive would mean that apart from this, if you have maybe 3 months, you do this much of revenue, we'll give you extra this much of money, which is to be used as working capital. Would mean that you can travel to any city, you can use that. You can have your own exclusive event, you can use that money. Or you do anything out of that, that is your money, which is extra than your payouts. Third, we also give you international contests. International contests are every quarter we have an international contest, and in a year we are doing it 4 times. Now, these international contests not only give you the payouts, incentives, and everything, also make you qualify for that destination, and you will be 3-4 days out with us, and all investments again done by Franchise India. And we also support you for that. It's not about you doing it, rather we support you to make you qualify. When you qualify, so you get payouts, you get incentives, and you get international destination qualification. And then we also have yearly awards and recognitions and certificates. That's also over and above. Now, what are the products? As we discussed earlier, we have 2 communities, and please understand this very carefully. So we have 2 communities. One side we have investors, one side we have brands. That's what we work with. In between, Franchise India helps matchmaking. So when we have investor, you can see I stands for investor, B stands for brands. So we have one side investors, one side brands. Now understand, we don't work free. Consultants do not work for free. So we have a fee. What we do is, when we work with investor, we onboard. When we work with brand, we onboard. So both we take some onboarding fees. And when we service both, right? When we get a franchise for an investor, we service. When we sell a franchise for a brand, we service. So when we service both, we take a service charges as well. So would mean IA would stand for investor acquisition, which is onboarding of investor registration. And then we service, we take investor service fees, which is IS. And when we work with brand and we onboard a brand, we call it as BD, brand development or business development. And when we service that brand by selling a franchise, we charge them a BS, brand service fees. Very simple and very crisp. So I want to continue with that and just give you understanding once again. If you have investors, if you have brands, so what we work with, we get both of them on board. We charge them some fee. Investor we charged coming on the board, then we service, we charge service fees when deal is done. We get brand on board, there's a fee to come on the board, and then we service, we get a service fees. Very simple. Now, what is that amount? If I can give you some understanding, maybe average out we can give you. But when we work with investors, we have minimum investor registration fee is 25,000 plus GST. That's a minimum. As per investment goes up, like for example, we are working with investor who is having some low investment, right? It can be as low as less than 20 lakh rupees. As low as less than 20 lakh rupees would mean that someone who is looking forward to start a business with as low as 10, 15, 20, below 20 lakh. In that case, we will have 25,000 rupees as a onboarding fees. If it goes to 20 lakh to 50 lakh, then our onboarding fees would be 40,000. So likewise, the investment goes up, our investor onboard fee will go up. It goes up to 3 lakh, 4 lakh, and 5 lakh also. As I was talking about, we got a Kalyan Jewelers for an investor. So we have got registration fee of 5 lakh. And then when we service that investor for getting a franchise of Kalyan Jewelers, wherein 22 CR was the investment, we again take 10 lakh rupees as investor service fees. So in this case, 5 lakh rupees, which was onboarding of investor, Your percentage is your share. My partner has got 40% out of that 5 lakh first. Then after that, he got again 40% of investor service fees. Means for 5 lakh, he got 40%, which is 2 lakhs. And then we got 10 lakh rupees as service fees from the investor, same investor. So he got 40% again, which means 4 lakh. And at the same time, since this brand, we sold their franchise, so brand has also given us our fee, which is brand service fees. So we have 4% of total investment or total fund raised for brand. Total is 4% of the total investment. So it was 22 CR, 4% is our commission, our cut, and he got 40% of again what we got. So Franchise India got from investor total 15 lakh, 5 and 10. So he got 40% of what Franchise India is getting. And then we got X amount from brand, he got 40% also on that part. Now these are 3 products where you get 40% to start with. And on the other hand, there's a 4th product wherein we have written 20%, but there's a reason for 20%. This is brand onboard. For brand onboarding, what you have to do? You will find out some reference, you can pass on to us. Now we will help you with a joint meeting, joint call, and after that proposal, presentation, sharing, follow-ups, payment follow-up, closures, everything would be done by our side. What is your take in this? What's your effort? Only to share that reference to us. And we can do multiple meetings, multiple discussions until it is not closed. So everything be done. And after that, now we have to service that investor brand, sorry. Now service would mean that we have to get that brand first ready for franchise. So our FranCorp will work, FranCorp International. They will work for helping getting the right business model and structure ready. That's also done by Franchise India. After that, marketing for the next 12 months, that charges are also involved into this. That's also done by Franchise India. That's why we have put flat 20% in all the cases for you to have that reward for getting our reference. Now, when we are talking about what is onboarding fee, starting from the brand side. So this starts from 8.5 lakh plus GST. And then we goes to 17.5 lakh plus GST. And then we have 40 lakh and 75 lakh. But when we say the base value for new startups who are startups, we have 8.5 lakh plus GST, which we help you to get. And this 8.5 lakh, now, for example, you do multiple meetings, we got 2 closures and there is no restriction. We got 2 brand on board in a month, for example. So we get 17 lakh rupees plus GST and we don't discount. We don't discount because that's a company policy. And it is a startup model. We can give him as low as 8.5 lakh. So 17 lakh rupees, your share will be 20% of that 17 lakh, right? So 20% of 17 lakh will go to you direct for helping and getting a reference. Rest all done by us. After that, when we launch that brand, you want to decide and you want to drive that brand and have that all franchise sold by you, and you want to drive. All the leads should be going to you. You want to drive it pan-India, you want to drive it in a region, it's your decision. So all the leads for next 12 months will be given to you. And when you sell a franchise, we have also brand service fees, which we decide at the time of onboarding, which can be as low as 2 lakh, and it goes up to some 50 lakh rupees also if it is a bigger deal. It can be a master deal, it can be an international brand, area developer, it can be a city partner. But when it's a unit franchise, it can be as low as 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 4 lakh, right? That's also possible. But there are some very, very low opportunities, very low cost, means some 5 to 7 lakh rupees, 10 lakh rupees. There we have minimum of 1 lakh rupees as our brand service fees for selling a franchise. So each franchise we sell, we'll get a brand service fees from the brand side. So which is, if I take, suppose for example, it is average out 2 lakh rupees per transaction. If you do 10 transactions, it can be 5 months, 10 months, 1 year. It's up to you. So if you do any month you do a transaction, any deal you sell the franchise, you will get services. But it's also open for other partners, other markets, as per the rollout, as per the expansions. So anyone from Franchise India, core team, which is employee side of it, or our partners. Anyone who sells a franchise will get the brand service fees. But brand onboarding fee will go to only somebody who will refer us. We get a meeting, you will get brand onboarding fees, and brand service fees will be also given to someone who sells a franchise. You sell, you will get it. Any partner who will sell, any team member will sell, will get the service fees, but you will get brand onboarding, which is one time. So every franchise transaction, there is a brand service fees you get, right? And likewise, in elite membership also, you have 20% for onboarding, but then you get 50% for selling a franchise for the same brand. Same transaction. You at elite member and at pro membership, when you are a pro, you sell the same thing and you'll get now 60% on all these three. And on brand development, you will be having 20% in each case. So this is very simple, but it needs your involvement and your intelligence. Means you have to train yourself. That's why we do training on daily basis. We help you to understand the brand. You get a relationship. We'll do a brand training. You know who is the brand side. You can meet, you can understand, and then it will be easy to sell the franchise. So when you sell the franchise, and then you get brand services also. So suppose you have an investor when you register, and you get sure shot revenue, you get sure shot IS fees also, you get sure shot BS fees also, because only when the investor is registered with you. That's why we at Franchise India, we encourage our investors, when we have to service, you take franchise through us, there's a charge which we are going to have at the time of onboarding the investor. Likewise for brand also, because we have up to Reliance, from a startup newborn up to Reliance, we charge upfront fees. That's must. We don't work without upfront fees. That's must in all categories. So that's what the capability we have today, because brands like Reliance is also paying us upfront fee for selling franchise. And then we also have brand service fees when we sell the franchise. Now, how it is going to take you? There is a membership, there is a license fees rather, because you take our franchise and become our partner. One time license fees is 6 lakh plus GST, which is all across markets in India. For international, we have 12,000 USD. That's for international markets, which Sajid will definitely discuss with you in length. For Indian market, any city across, we have a single fee structure and a single business model, wherein we have 6 lakh rupees plus GST for all the Indian territories. So this we will discuss further. I think there is Mr. Imran Khan, and he has raised his, he's raised his hand.
Sanjay, Khan, if I may interrupt you here,
you can
for the Africa. Yeah, Sanjay, if I can interrupt you here, for the Africa market, we have an update. We will be, charging the registration fee at $8,000 US, and for the rest of the market, we will keep it at $12,000 US dollars.
Absolutely, absolutely. So thank you so much for taking this, and we will be also helping you to take the discussion forward with each one of you. But before that, we will also give you some understanding that in this we have a process. This process would mean that we will have a selection process. So when we qualify you, you qualify us at the first round, then there will be a interaction with our chairman for 10 minutes. And once you are through and we are through, we both will agree to join hands with each other. Then we will take a decision after having the interaction with our chairman, and then we will discuss it further, and we will invite you for the next training program, which is 18th, 19th, and 20th in Delhi. So look forward to see some of you in our training next time. And because this is a new year which we are talking about, you start, and being new year, I think what we can do is, especially who have attended our webinar today, only for them, for Indian markets, if anyone is joining out of this webinar, so leaders, please note, you can have a grace of 50,000 rupees, and we will charge 5.5 lakh plus GST who have attended our today's webinar. And this will be applicable up till Sunday, because now we have all meetings lined up for next 3 days. So up till Sunday, any partner who comes on board, and we respect, we value your time, we respect your time, because you have come to this webinar for more than an hour. So we will have as a token of appreciation and a love and a respect, we will have 5.5 lakh plus GST up till Sunday. Till then, a big thank you from all of us at Franchise India, and wishing you a great year ahead, and looking forward for partnership with you. Till then, thank you so much once again for joining in, and maybe one thank you note from each of our panelists today also. One word. Yeah. Go ahead, Shreyas.
No, sir, thank you. Thank you for such a...
Wonderful. Sajid, and one by one, let's have a thank you for all of them.
Yeah, I think, you've covered that everything, Sanjay. And also, we had Mr. Gaurav Maria and Ms. Chowdhury also talk about at length, as to how Franchise India works. So definitely looking forward to be connecting with, some of you people. And then, we look, to see how we can take this forward. Thanks, Sanjay.
Absolutely.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay, next, Kuldeep, you can go, and because that's very, very important. Like, they have given us time, we should also have a courtesy to have one thank you note for them.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bhatt, for sharing such a comprehensive and detailed information about the independent franchisee consultant model. I would also like to sincerely thanks to our audience for listening patiently. For those who received my invitations, please feel free to reach me out for the further discussion. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Somendo, then Rajendra.
Thank you, Sanjay Bhatt, for this wonderful session of this webinar and webinar. And I would also like to take the people who have already attended this webinar. I would like to speak with them, and please contact me. Thank you.
Great.
Hi, good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you, Sanjay, sir, for attending a very good, for conducting a very good seminar today. And for everyone who has come on the webinar, wishing you a happy new year. And since this opportunity, it's a start of the new year to start your own business, as initially told. So it's a great opportunity. Looking forward, everybody, to onboard with us.